We do apparently have head coach Corey Mace downstairs, just outside the Riders locker room. Coach Mace, we were just talking about, did you get an explanation from the officials as to the respot at the end of the game?
No, man. I asked. They just said it was the spot foul, and that they moved it back. I asked about the time on it. Yeah, they just said that it was moved back. So it was tough because we had already, sent out the team there. But makes it a tough kick now. But that's what they gave me.
Coach, you can hear the emotion in your voice. At some point, you just have to question the football gods because you've got guys like Micah Johnson that are going and playing offensive line. The work ethic's there. The installation is there. The belief is there. Everything that you would check on a checkmark list is there. Just the result isn't.
Yeah, it's tough anytime, you got to go into a game with playing a defensive lineman pretty much for the whole second half. It's not on your bingo card, so to speak, but I'm extremely proud of how the guys were able to operate in the second half, man. We dug ourselves a hole going into halftime, but we made a push for it towards the end of the game. I thought we were able to put ourselves in a good situation to go win a game. So there were some things in the second half. The execution was great. We just we got to start the game like that. Instead of waiting for the second half, that's kind of what we talked about there. But I am proud of the guys' effort. All things, all different circumstances with how things turned out injury-wise. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, talk about the sense of urgency that the team feels now. I mean, we have a back-to-back here with Winnipeg, and then we got the bye week coming in. In terms of prep, do you feel like this is a must-win game coming into next week now?
Yeah, man, Luke, I think. I thought this was a must-win.
Yeah.
They're all freaking must-wins right now. The West is tight, man. I just heard you guys talking about where Winnipeg was before. Now where they're at, just hitting a little run right here. And we got a lot of Western opponents coming up, and we're all kind of hovered right there. Within a game or two. So they're all must-win. And that's how we're going to attack it.
Coach Mace, can you take us through your conversation with Mario Alfred after that botched punt return?
Yeah, we talk about it. There's just, just tough break for Rio. He's a vet. He's been in so many different situations like that. So there was a chance, obviously, not something again that you want to happen, but we turn around and, at that point, you can't just bury the guy. You got to lift him up. We got the rest of the game to play. And he's an explosive guy. He can score for us. So we got to bounce back, put our team in good field position. So there's more uplift instead of, bury him at the time. There's no need for that. He's a vet. He knows.
Coach, given what you said regarding, of course, the importance of next week's return matchup in Winnipeg, how do you approach this week to get yourself set?
Yeah, first thing is just figuring out, all the different injuries, what we're going to look like roster-wise. Once I sit down with the medical staff after all the interviews and stuff like that, we have a plan of attack as far as how to game plan in these back-to-backs like this. So, once I get a little bit of information on how banged up we are or we aren't, I think that'll help us, develop the practice week. So. But as far as scheming and stuff like that, obviously they got some things they got to look at, as far as health-wise for them as well. So, I'm sure they're thinking the same thing.
Coach Mace, it's really clear that the fight in this team is still apparently there, coming back right down to the wire. Even when it looked like after that knockdown on the two-point convert that the game was over, you recover the onside kick, have a chance to get the win. What does that say about your football team?
I mean, we've proven that. I think I'd say outside of a game or maybe two at the most, that's the kind of team that we are. It's why it's so frustrating that we can't find a way to get out of these with wins, because these guys battle their tails off, man. I mean, I'm just proud. I'm proud of that. But we got to find a way to win, because there's no dubs handed out for just being proud.
Thanks for the time, Coach Mace. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.